What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, back for another video, and I'm still in the process of moving. And here's the crazy part: I've been moving this whole time and my Walmart store is still running because it's using something called Walmart Dropship automation, and that's going to be the focus of this video. I'm going to show you behind the scenes how much my store made in the month of March and how much it started to make in April. Super exciting stuff, considering, like I said, I've been stuck with this move and kind of throwing out some of my things and starting to be a little bit more minimal with life in general. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what has happened in the entire month of March while I've been packing, moving, and unpacking, as I've done pretty much nothing. So I'm super fired up to show you this. I hope you're fired up. Let's go and do this. Okay, so we're here on my screen share, and I'm going to show you the inside of the software that we are using to manage the Walmart account. Now, keep in mind, there's several different softwares you can use to manage this. I'm going to introduce a brand new one that I've been testing out next week, but for now, I'm going to show you an update on what's been going on. And I'll be quite honest with you, I have not looked at the back end of this thing in quite some time. And that is primarily because, as I said before, I have a team that manages this for me. They are, I believe, in India. I'm not even 100% on where they are, but I'm in the back end of Seller Active. And again, like I said, that's what we're using at the present time to manage this store. It helps us load up products, and I don't know if it even reprices, to be honest with you, but I've also found that their dashboard, or where it gives you the stats, it needs a lot of work. So there is no perfect solution at the time to be able to manage this on the back end, but Seller Active as of now is working pretty well. But the one that I'm going to introduce you guys to next week, the founder and creator of the software uses it for his own store, and he's done as much as $80,000 in profit in a single month. So the difference between that one and Seller Active is that his automatically places orders for you. So I know there's a lot of people that want true automation, which it will give you, but at the same time with true automation, there can be some mistakes. So in the past, I've had a drop shipping store with Amazon where it was 100% automated and the software would place the orders for you. And what ended up happening is at one point, it ordered 50 of a single product where I was only supposed to order one. Thank goodness it was only a $5 product, but you can imagine what would happen if a customer received 50 of a single product. Obviously, they weren't going to send all 50 back. It would be way too much work. So I didn't even go there. I just allowed them to keep the product. But that ended up costing me an additional $250. And as I said before, thank God it was only a $5 product. So let's go ahead and look at the back end to see how this has been doing. So I usually do this. If there's a better way, let me know. But I usually go reports, profit by channel. And obviously by channel, you can look at several different places like Amazon, Walmart, whatever else this has, but you can see that most everything is from Walmart. So I showed you guys what happened in February, and this particular one has been over the course of March and the beginning of April. So let's have a look. Since the last time, there was a record day back in February. And here's the thing where I'm talking about that it lacks in the ability to look at numbers and things of that nature. The only way you can do that is by exporting data. So I can choose to export. It's going to export all 548 transactions. And then within this particular report, I can sort them by date. And I'll probably do that here in a second. But first of all, let's look at what's happened since I last showed you what's in here. What would be nice is if you could group this or have a filter here where you can look at time of month or time of year. So in this case, I would want to see just what happened in March, but you can see it's a blend of March followed by April. One thing to note is there was a record day. I believe I had reported on one of these days somewhere. I think it was maybe last month of February, there was a record day. It says here revenue, but that's only the profit. You'll notice is the same only because it doesn't have the cost of the items. So for the sake of what I'm showing you, we're going to assume that profit is approximately 20%. Now, with that being said, since I am using a team to help with the entire process, 50% of the profit goes to the team. Now, a lot of people have asked me, Liz, what's the perfect amount to pay? People are asking me for an absurd amount of money to start the store on automation, and then they're asking for a percentage. If you go 100% automation instead of the do-it-yourself method, you will first and foremost have to pay an initial fee to start the service, and usually those fees can be anywhere between $10,000 and $40,000. And then on top of that fee, you're obviously going to have to use your own credit card to place the orders. And that credit card will obviously be due every 30 days. So you're gonna have to pay off that credit card with the money that Walmart pays you with. And on top of that, you're gonna have to pay the team a percentage of the profit. So in the case of this $3,000 day, if 20% of that was profit, that would be $600 in profit. But the $600, I don't need a calculator for that, but I might if it's different kinds of numbers. The $600 will be divided by 50%. 50% will go to the team and 50% will go in your pocket. So altogether on this particular day, it's as if I made 10% margin or $300. But again, the only things that I risk on that day are, number one, I use my credit card. Number two, there is the possibility that Walmart at some point will want to shut the account down, especially if you have too many complaints against it. And it would be pretty difficult to get another Walmart account. But the great thing about Walmart is, as opposed to Amazon, who will keep your money and never give it back to you, Walmart will 100% give you your money back after you are suspended. So if they kick you off their platform, you're still going to get the money. So again, this is what March has looked like thus far. You'll notice that it kind of slows out after a little bit, and that's primarily because the team is having to look for other products to load. So there will be days where a huge amount of revenue will be reached, and then a lot of times what will happen is the products that sold like crazy will sell out of Walmart, and Walmart will be completely out. So then it's back to the drawing board, and they once again have to start finding brand new items to put on the store and then recycling back to old items which come back in stock. So it's kind of like a never-ending cycle. So if you do decide to do this yourself, you will have to have either yourself and or a team member constantly be looking for brand new products to put in your store. If you're not, then you're going to lose in the long run, because at some point, the products that you currently have in your store, other sellers will find those out, put them in their store, and now you're in competition with those sellers for selling that particular product. And whoever has the lower price will win until the product runs out of stock. So it's always important to always be sourcing. All right, so I did download that spreadsheet to kind of go into the profit or the revenue in general. And then we'll just assume again, based off of what I've already said, that 20% is the revenue that will be combined between me and the team. And then I end up getting 10%, they end up getting 10%. So over 548 total items, even though it says $548, that's incorrect. So I'm gonna go to filter this whole thing. And so I just went here and I hit filter. And now that I have it filtered, I can go ahead and filter. All right, so basically what I did to filter these out is I went over into this filter section and I sorted by begins with M so we could just see March, because what it basically did is it pulled in this report. And again, this goes back to the very little functionality that you get with this. I would have had to shown all 100 of these transactions, so it would have shown and pulled out this report. It wouldn't have done the 548 items. If we go back over here, what it pretty much did is it went and downloaded, did do the 548. So I pulled everything in, but these 548 items only include the last 30 days, which is just unfortunate. It kind of sucks. You can't see the total overall picture, so I don't know how to do that yet. I will try and get some clarification from the guy that does manage my account to see if I can figure that out. But I pulled every transaction that it showed in March thus far, and there wasn't a whole ton of them. It was every single one that came out for March, and here's the numbers here. Now, the other thing that I wanted to mention with this is I don't know if there's any for March 1st. I don't really see many for March 1st. I could try and sort this by descending, but I just tried to do that in the previous video and it shut down all of Excel. So I don't want that to happen again, some kind of glitch. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here into the revenue section and see exactly what the total was for March. So 548 total transactions for March. And I'm just going to go ahead and create a formula. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I'm just going to do it the way that I know how to do it, which is not the smartest way. However, at least I know how to do it, right? So, okay, I'm going to go to the bottom here and let's see what the total amount is. So 21,000, just like it said, 940. It said that here, 21,940. This is just in March. It does not include April, and that was the total amount. So 10% of that, or 10% of that is $2,100. And in total, that would have been $4,400 or so that the entire team made, but it ends up being 50% of that, which is mine. And that's what happened for March. And April starts out pretty decent, looks like. So far, a couple good days. Here's one at $1,400. Here's one at 272, which was today. We're currently in that day, and altogether, I mean, not bad since I don't do too much. I don't even know how to work the back end of the seller active, but I can at least work and pull that report and pretty much understand what's going on. And I can even see the products. So a lot of interesting things again. So this is the automation method. If you want, you can do the DIY method. Just remember what my rule of thumb is: always keep sourcing and constantly be looking for brand new products to put on your Walmart store. So hopefully you enjoyed this update and you saw how very little work I actually put into this. About the only task that I was given the entire month by the team leader, and I still haven't even done that, is to sign up for a backup Seller Prime business account. So they do here and there close those down, so it comes in very handy when you have a backup one just in case. So I got to do that by today, he said, and if not, I mean, I doubt he's gonna throw me off, but you never know. So again, questions in our comments go below. I always personally answer them, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with my brand new setup. So I'll talk to y'all soon.